To start, we're going to cut right through to some of the good stuff. We're going to hear testimony from a woman who graduated from Treasure House in 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, making her way to the stage right at this moment, Charrise Hall, who I believe is accompanied by, and I'm going to, yeah, they're there. That's Josiah and Shariah, if I'm not mistaken.
Am I supposed to step up here? Okay. Good evening. It's too tall. I think I'm tall enough. I don't need that. Let me start by saying I'm honored to be here. It's truly a blessing. When I got the invite to come to the banquet, I was in Michigan. My father passed away on September 19th, which was his 73rd birthday. It was 2 days after mine and 1 day after the twins. I was coming back Wednesday, so with the banquet being Friday, I figured it would be great to fellowship with everyone, see some of you who I haven't seen in a while, and just surround myself with good, wholesome people. People I call my Colorado family. So I accepted and confirmed that I would attend. But then I think it was 2 days later when I received the email asking me to speak, and I was like, oh boy. Did I miss a disclaimer in the invitation? Was that a little print that I didn't see? I'm like, what have I gotten myself into? But Open Door Ministries is a fellowship that I cannot and will not say no to. I am so grateful for finding Open Door Ministries when I arrived here. I came to Colorado in 2008 to escape a life of total disaster. I was born and raised in Michigan, had been there all my life, and all my family was there. But I had begun to live dangerously. My life had begun to be beyond my control. It was a lifestyle that consisted of drugging, prostituting, and everything else that comes along with it. I lost custody of the only 2 children that I had at the time, but luckily my mother and father stepped in and adopted them. 6 years later, I found myself expecting another child. That child I wasn't even allowed to take home from the hospital. This time, my godmother stepped up to the plate and adopted him. 3 children I had lost because of drugs, and still I couldn't stop. My godmother passed away on Halloween of 2015, and I'm ever so grateful for all that she did. So 2 years after losing my 3rd child, I was pregnant again. I was devastated. I was still drugging and had no control of my life. I had no clue what to do, but God had a plan. I moved to Colorado with 2 suitcases and nowhere to go, but I was determined to get out of the rut that I was in Michigan. I had to evaluate myself, my life, both past and present, and I had to make up my mind what I wanted for my future. And what I wanted was a child that I was carrying, which somehow turned into 2. I wanted my other children also, and I wanted my family back in my life. So 2 months after arriving to Denver, I found Open Door Ministry. But in reality, God brought me to Open Door Ministries. Out of all the shelters and residences I was checking into, I knew this was the one. I felt in my heart that this was the one, and I moved in on September 12th of 2008, and I delivered twins 8 days later on September 20th. Open Door Ministries was the best support, most positive and encouraging group of people that I had encountered in a long time. I had a positive support with me in the delivery room, and people I didn't even know were coming up to Rose Medical Hospital visiting me, introducing themselves and saying they were with Open Door Ministries and couldn't wait till I came home, which was the Treasure House. They were telling me that they loved me, and if I needed anything, just let them know. I ended up having a difficult time physically and was hospitalized for 9 days. But during those 9 days, someone from Open Door Ministries would come visit me every day. I was still in the hospital when I heard of my grandfather's passing, and I was an emotional wreck. But once again, Open Door Ministries flooded my rooms with folks I didn't even know to give me support, love, and just a bunch of shoulders to cry on. It was for this reason that I stayed in Treasure House and continued with Open Door Ministries until I was ready and able to make it in Colorado on my own. The countless Bible studies, group sessions, being forced to do counseling, and just going to church was added strength to my determination to get my life together and be a mother to my children. And I am grateful for their kindness and love. I made countless connections through Open Door. The twins' godparents, Susan and Hans Shell, unfortunately they couldn't be here tonight. But I met Susan, who was a volunteer at the Treasure House. We had weekly Bible studies, and she was one of the volunteers who would come in to watch our children. With me not being from Colorado, it was hard for me to trust anyone with my babies. Susan came to me personally and reassured me that she would be the only one handling my babies and that she would give them her full and undivided attention. And would I give her the opportunity to earn her trust? I gave her the eye and I said, okay, I'm putting my babies in your hands and I'm holding you responsible for anything that happens. Susan did not back down. But time was the hardest for me. Bath time was the hardest for me. I was the worst, most difficult, and so frustrating trying to bathe 2 kids. But I didn't trust anyone else to do it. Susan started to recognize that and asked if I would be willing to watch her bathe my kids so that she could help me out and once again earn my trust with my babies. As I continued to live at the Treasure House, my friendship grew with Susan and still does 7 years later. I asked her in 2012 if her and Hans, her husband, would consider being the twins' godparents. She had no idea what that was, and I explained it to her and told her to think it over with her husband and let me know. And not long after that, they agreed. They have continuously supported me, encouraged, and loved me and the twins, even to this day. And without Open Door Ministries letting me enter through their doors and opening their hearts to me, I would have never made the friends that I have now, who I consider family, lifelong friends. Since graduating from Treasure House in 2010, I have continued to pursue my career as a paralegal, which was a decision I made while living in the house. I went back to college, and Open Door Ministries supported me through that. They helped with me going back to college by watching the kids so that I could go to school and do the schoolwork. And I graduated top in class with a 4.0. I have worked in countless law firms, from patent and trademarks to bankruptcy to property, and the last was a family law attorney who worked in Denver County as a guardian ad litem. She represented children who were taken from their parents, and she also represented parents who had lost their kids. This was perfect for me because I had been there and done that, and I knew what these parents were going through. And I was happy to be a positive help to them, to encourage them and be a positive influence to them. Without Open Door Ministries, none of that would have been possible, and I now know that this was God's plan. I would like to conclude with a short Bible verse from Isaiah 55:10-11. For as the rain and snow come down from heaven and do not return there, but water the earth, making it bring forth sprout, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I propose and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent. Thank you for having me, and everyone enjoy your night.